Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday and welcome to Stitch with Me. Let me look and see. Hello, everybody. It's so good to see so many of you here tonight. Can everybody hear me okay? Just let me know. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. I just want to make sure that the sound isn't funny. Since I updated everything, sometimes things get a little funny and I had a little trouble last week, but I think everything looks good. Hi, Pam. Hi, Meredith and Sherry and Marcy and Stacy. So, welcome to another Stitch with Me interview. Tonight, my special guest is Alicia The Fanciful Flamingo. I absolutely adore Alicia. She has an amazing My Favorite Things box subscription. She's hosting a retreat this summer. If you're going to the retreat, tell us in the chat. And she has some fun stuff in the works. So we are going to bring Alicia in. We're going to chat about all things cross stitch, what we're all here for. And I hope you guys, if you don't know Alicia, you get to know her. Go follow her. I have all of her information down in the description box below the video here on YouTube. Her social media, her Facebook group, her YouTube channel, and also her website for her subscription box. So without further ado, let's bring Alicia in. Give me just 1 minute so I can pull this down. Hello, Alicia.
Hello, good evening.
So, and I guess I forgot to tell you before we went live, I will read the questions for you, so you don't have to worry about any of that on your end at all. Oh, look, Chantal is in the chat telling us she's coming to your retreat.
Yes, she is.
Ladybug93 says she is coming. Oh, that's awesome. Let's see. Oh my gosh, we have a lot. Handcrafted by Harvey is going. Nice. Well, so Alicia, do you want to maybe tell us a little bit about your cross-stitch journey? How long have you been stitching? Do you want to tell us a little about your family and all that good stuff?
Sure. I started stitching when I was in 7th grade. They still taught home ec
Yes.
in middle school. And my home ec teacher was at her wits' end with the boys in the class. And I grew up in Georgia, and the Bulldogs were big, and she was a cross stitcher, so she brought in a little chart one day of the Georgia Bulldogs and taught all the boys and the girls in the class. That was the first thing I ever stitched, which was funny because I'm not a Bulldog fan, I'm a Georgia Tech fan, but fell in love with it. And then my mom's family, my aunt was a seamstress, my grandmother crocheted and knitted, my mom did embroidery. So we all kind of loved the fiber arts.
Yes.
And cross stitch kind of became my niche. And like everybody else, I've stopped doing it, picked it back up again, stopped, picked it back up. And then with COVID, did it and haven't looked back since. I mean, we've come such a long way that it's a whole different kind of cross stitch now. And it just kind of took over my life and my house.
That is awesome. Okay, I put on some echo. Hold on 1 second, Alicia. I'm sorry.
Sure.
You guys, I see that you said she has an echo. Is it any better now? I put some echo cancellations. I clicked it. Oh, still an echo. Well, I'll give you a minute. There is a slight delay. Give me a thumbs up if you're still hearing an echo. I wasn't hearing it before, so I had no idea, but let me know. The little alert went off. Is there a thumbs up? Alicia, you say something, because I think it's you that maybe was having the echo.
Do I sound? I can't hear it, so
I can't hear it either. So we'll see what people say. Hi, Annie. The proper stitcher is here.
Annie.
Well, we're just going to keep talking. If you guys still hear an echo, just let me know. I'll fiddle with it on my end. We're pretty relaxed and chill here.
Yeah.
So since COVID, you have been really stitching, like daily stitching?
Oh, yeah. It
Yeah.
is, it's very rare that there is a day that goes by that I don't stitch, and it puts me in a bad mood.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's my nighttime routine. It kind of winds me down from the day. And I'm just a person that I can't just sit and watch TV. I've always had to do something with my hands. So that's the only way I can sit is if I'm stitching.
I am the exact same way. That's so funny. I love that. A lot of people are saying, oh, good, no echo, echo is gone, or it's much better. Perfect. That is wonderful. Thank you guys so much for letting us know. Let's see. If you have questions for Alicia, please drop them in the chat. Let us know. Alicia, you want to talk a little bit about your journey to doing your favorite things box?
Yes. My husband, when I first started Flosstube and started going, my husband is an entrepreneur, and he's the one that really at first was like, what do you want out of this? What do you want to see out of this? And like a lot of us moms, my kids are older, and I kind of lost my job as the stay-at-home mom, and I don't miss it per se, but the room mom, the PTA mom. I was like, well, what's going to be next for me? My kids are flourishing, they're doing their own thing. I want my thing now.
Yeah.
And so I really owe it, honestly, and you and I had talked about this before, to Chantel, 141
Oh,
Designs. Because, and we had said this before, she has such a business sense and she has such great ideas, but she shares those ideas, and she's not one to keep them to herself. If she sees something in you or feels like there's a niche for you, she reaches out and she kind of helps and guides you. And so she put the bug in my ear and kind of put some things in motion. And finally, when my husband and I drove out to Utah last year to pick up my daughter, and we were in the car for 4 days, I just started really thinking about, I can do this. I can do it. And what I've gotten boxes and stuff, and what would I like to do? And so my favorite thing, subscription box, was kind of born
yeah.
from that.
Oh, I love that. Oh, Annie says that Chantal is so giving of her knowledge. It's such a gift. It absolutely is.
It's
Um,
the
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, this community, it we really are kind of a special breed, and we uplift and we help each other and we share. And some people even just go above and beyond that. And if you are blessed to find yourself in that circle, and Nicole, you're one of those as well. Annie's,
Oh,
I'm blessed with my circle. Um, there's just, it's a very encouraging and infectious community.
it is for sure. I love that. I love that.
Been
Um,
lucky.
yes. JK wants to know if you have any lighting tips for nighttime stitching.
I stitch in my recliner in the den, and I have a floor light that has the bendable arm,
Mm-hmm.
and I literally bend it till like I have to duck out of the chair when I get up because it's so close to my stitching. I wouldn't be able, I can't stitch with like a lamp. I don't need the magnification yet, but I could not stitch if it was not for the light.
Yes. Good
And that
light
I got from
is,
Joe. Yeah, I got it from Joann's on a sale. So
oh,
it wasn't anything
perfect.
special.
Oh, Donna Marie says it's a sisterhood. Yes. And
Oh, that's
Kristen,
a great way.
I know, I love that. And Kristen says, love women empowering other women. Absolutely. Lisa wants to know if she can recruit Chantal as a friend too. Oh, I'm sure. She doesn't know a stranger.
No, she does not. Go to a retreat and be there with Chantel, and you will have a best friend for sure.
Oh, yes. I love that. Cheryl says, Alicia, I absolutely love your heart, and there's not an episode I watch that I'm not laughing out loud. I'm a Florida girl and hope to meet you one day.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. Thank you.
That is so sweet. This is a great question. Pam wants to know where you came up with Fanciful Flamingo. Oh no! Are we going to laugh?
Well, I, before I had this, was not a flamingo lover. I had a little side hustle before this of personalization. I started making like felt ornaments and felt stuff, and then when we all got the cricket, we all went into doing t-shirts and doing mugs and doing jewelry and any kind of little side hustle, and I was the felted flamingo. Because somebody said I needed to be a flamingo if I lived in South Florida, and I was like, okay.
Oh, that
And
is
then,
so fun.
yeah, I actually collected elephants my entire life. But nobody, I mean, I guess it's a good thing that people didn't look at me and go, "You're an elephant." Um,
Yeah, no
I
one wants to hear that.
no. So when they said, I was like, well, I am kind of fluffy with skinny legs, so I guess I look like a flamingo. I mean, I think I look more like a turkey, but and
No.
it just kind of morphed one day from somebody saying you're a flamingo, and I was like, all right. And so when I started into cross stitch, and I moved away from felt, I was like, well, I guess I should change the name and fanciful. Well, I'm not going to tell you what my family suggested, but fanciful was nice.
Yes, our families are always, sometimes they're not um, public friendly. We don't want to share those
No.
on the World Wide Web.
Yes.
Oh, I love that so much. Okay, um, is it Nolia? I hope I said your name right. She wants to know, when is your Stitch Florida retreat and is it full? And then is there going to be a next one?
So Stitch Florida 2024 is July 25th through 27th of this year in Orlando. It is full again, but I can tell you right now, um, there's only two other people on the wait list. So if you want to come, definitely email me at the shop at Fanciful Flamingo and get your name on the wait list, because as we all know, things come up, plans change, especially as you get closer. So I'm sure some spots will be opening up.
Perfect. Awesome. Chantal thinks that we might want to warn people
About?
about herself, not about your
Oh,
retreat.
no.
I
I was
know.
like, did I miss something about what's happening at the retreat?
No, no,
Nobody needs a warning about Chantal
no.
at
They
all,
just need
except that,
to, they need to be surprised.
yeah.
April is saying, Happy Wednesday to two of my stitchy faves. Hello,
Oh,
April.
April, hey.
And do you want to talk about, we were talking about your box. Do you want to give any sneak peeks about maybe upcoming designers for boxes?
Well, the May box, which is still open, I will close it this Friday. It's the longest I've ever left a box open. Is a beautiful design, exclusive from Annie the Proper Stitcher.
That's so exciting.
Lady Lois Lady Dots Creates is joining this box. Chantal has created something for the box, and again, because of her generous heart, she is actually doing a finishing tutorial on this piece that will be exclusive to the box. It'll have a special code, and the only way you can see the video with Chantel is if you order the box, and that is
Awesome.
just amazing. Yeah.
That is.
So super super excited with this box, and then April is the guest designer for the July box, the
I
summer
might have kind
box.
of known that.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, and we're trying with each box to make it different. It's all stitching related, cross stitch related, but I do like for every box to be something different and for you to get something different in each box, and it's all curated around what the designer um, has chosen.
So I'm going to show you guys, because I started this. I got the last box. And this was the exclusive chart. It's not available yet. You had to be in the box. I believe it comes out in a few months, maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I started stitching it last night. So that's kind of an example of something that you get. So this was Sweet Wings Studio. It's stitching awesome. I did switch out. I'm mostly a linen stitcher, so I
You
switched my
are.
fabric from what was in the box. But oh my gosh, you guys, it's a great value. I loved every single thing in the box.
Thank you.
Let's see. April also says Fanciful Elephant doesn't have the same ring. It doesn't. I agree.
No, it does not. So I guess it's a good thing I'm a flamingo.
And Annie says it's because you're fancy.
Well, some days I look homeless, actually, but I'll take it.
Same. I had a friend, this is completely unrelated, but you can probably relate to this. She's a paper crafting friend, and she posted on Instagram the other day. I woke up, my mind was going. I immediately went to work. I walked by the mirror and went, oh. And she goes, and then I realized I had a live later. And I laughed and I said, me too. That's when I go shower. And she goes, why do we plan how we look around when we're going to be on camera?
But that is a true statement.
It is true.
Um, the hair and makeup only get done usually if I have a floss tube. I mean, even my family is not lucky enough to see me showered on a good day.
I love it. Well, hello, Jen Nazca. She says it's going to be a fancifully fabulous retreat. Wow, I can't even get that out. That was a tongue twister, Jen.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cindy says she can't get on the wait list because she's going to be at a different retreat. Well, darn it. Let's see. Oh,
Oh, is
yep.
she doing the Annabellas? Because
She's
there's an
going to
Annabellas
Waco.
retreat.
Is that the
Yeah,
Waco
that's the
one?
Annabella.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
several of them are going to that. It looks like
Yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah.
Chantal says that she may or may not know about a couple things in the box. I'm a little behind. I better get caught up here on reading what's going on. Well, do you want to tell us anything else exciting about subscription boxes, Miss Alicia?
Yes, I do. I am so excited about this. I am going to do a signature sampler series that is not a subscription. Each box will stand alone. The first box is featuring Robin Mayer of Little Robin Designs, and she had just purchased 5 antique samplers when she and I started talking about doing this box together. And she has picked one of those and has reproduced it for the box. And I decided to launch them for September, for Sampler September. So the boxes will actually ship out in August so that you can start the 1st of September for Sampler September. This is a true reproduction. The first sampler will not be released to the public until market of next year. It's going to be
Wonderful.
seraphim linen. And this one you can choose your count of either 40 or 20. And Chantel has also done, it's not really a trinket box, but it is a beautiful box, and we will have stain to go along with it. The sampler is actually sized to fit on the top of the box. So yes, there will be the one for September, for Sampler September. Annie the Proper Stitcher is designing the one for January for the Blessing Sampler for the new year. And then Jean Workman with Monticello Stitches is doing next year's Welcome Spring. Again, these will be standalone boxes, so you don't have to subscribe.
Exciting.
But yes, kind of getting into, and it'll be a little bit more, it will definitely be more of a sampler box. It's not your everyday stitching, but anyone can do obviously a sampler, and you can stitch it on Ada, you can stitch it on linen. But that is the next thing coming in the Fanciful Flamingos world. And they will go on sale May 1st. There is 200 boxes for each one. And unlike the subscription box where I try to leave it open for the sales, this is an exclusive 200 boxes for each one.
Wonderful. Well, that is exciting. So everybody stay tuned for May 1st because that is
Yes.
so exciting. I saw Miss Tammy Totten in here. Hi, Tammy.
Uh-oh.
And I saw Andrea earlier too.
Oh, Andrea.
Hello, ladies.
We were a hot mess at beach, please.
Were we? Yes, we
We
were.
were told. We were told.
Apparently.
But the beautiful thing about retreats, and any retreat you can get to, if you can, do it because you will never regret the friendships, the lifelong friendships that you make at retreats.
Absolutely. Jessica wants to know, will it be a mystery sampler or will we know the design before we order?
Um, I think I'm going to show this design. It won't be like my bi-monthly. I like y'all to be surprised and have like Christmas every 2 months. This one you will be able to see the sampler.
Awesome. Nancy says she's excited for these samplers, especially the Blessing sampler by Annie.
Hey Nancy, she was on our Zoom last night with Sweet Wing. She also gets the bi-monthly boxes.
Oh, how wonderful. Farmhouse Needleworks. Can't wait for the sampler boxes. I love Little Robin and Annie for the first ones. I'll be signing up for sure.
Melanie Fagan, she is coming to Stitch, Florida, and she does project bags and she is a vendor. So y'all check her out as well. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, RC Stitches says she's great news. We're the first to hear about it.
Yep.
Oh,
There
and
will
there's
also
Andrea.
there will also be a project bag that's completely different from anything you've seen. Como Stitches, Jess and I designed it specifically for samplers and for color loading needles.
Oh,
So you will get that in your sampler as well.
oh my gosh, how fun. Um, Crafts and Designs by Nima. Where can I find the information to sign up?
So I
It,
think you said you were going to put the link to the shop below.
I did put a link to the shop below, and you said it'll go live May 1st, correct?
The subscription boxes for Annie's is still open until this Friday, and the sampler boxes will open May 1st.
Perfect. And Barbara, I hope that just answered your question. That was pretty similar. Tammy wants us to know that Andrea gets a yay and she gets an uh-oh.
Yes, that
Yeah.
is true. That is true, Tammy. As Totten, I stand by it.
Oh my goodness. Sandy's going to her first retreat this weekend. She's going to Stitch West. That's amazing.
Oh,
Congratulations, Sandy.
with Primrose. That's going to be so much fun.
That's awesome. Your first retreat. Have the best time, Sandy. Samantha wants to know, do your boxes ship international? She's in Australia.
They don't right now. The sampler box I am going to open internationally.
Awesome. Rhonda, you can find the information for her website. I have a link down in the description that will take you straight to Alicia's website to sign up for her bi-monthly favorite things box. And then the sampler boxes will be available May 1st. Let's see. Oh, Dell says she can't wait for the retreat. She talked her neighbor into going, and they are so excited.
They were on our last Zoom retreat Zoom and they are so cute. I can't wait to meet everybody.
Oh, that's going to be so much fun. So much fun. Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about your stitching. What do you love to stitch? What's your favorite thing? Do you have a favorite notion or a needle? Tell us all the things.
Sure. My stitching has definitely changed since I got back into stitching. When I first came back, it was seasonal. I liked all the littles, the smalls, the Primrose Cottage, the Housewives, Little House Needleworks. And I was very much a seasonal stitcher because I was a true Ada stitcher. When I
Mm-hmm.
came back, that's what I had stitched on before. And then in this last year, I was introduced to linen and I started with Even Weaving Lugana 32. And when I got comfortable with that, I moved into linen. because I really wanted to do samplers. And now I am not really a seasonal stitcher anymore at all. I am almost primarily a sampler stitcher. But I mean, big pieces are great, but the little ones in between, it's kind of nice to do something small and get it done. But I've definitely evolved into a linen sampler stitcher. But 32, nothing higher than that.
I love that. Let's see. Lori says, Alicia, I always look forward to your floss tubes. You make my day with the laughs. It's like you are in my head with the same thoughts about cross stitching.
Thank
So
you. Thank
nice.
you, Lori.
Beatrice, if you signed up for the My Favorite Things subscription box, that will be different than the sampler box. The sampler box will be standalone, and those will not be available until May 1st.
Correct.
Let's see. Oh, well, Sandy, I'm already jealous. She says that they went to Stitch West 3 days early so that they could go to Shepherd's Bush. And they went to Shepherd's
Ooh.
Bush yesterday and Pine Needle today, so they've been having a blast.
Girl after my own heart.
Uh-huh. Jen says, Alicia, will you still have a Zoom session with the designer for the sampler boxes? This is
We are
such a...
actually
Go ahead.
oh, we are actually going to do a stitch along with the boxes. We're going to break them down, and we are going to have stitch along Zoom sessions.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be so fun. Oh, Annie's, that's so nice. Annie says, Alicia is so good at making her boxes so special. She's detail oriented and such a pleasure to work with. And you can see it in the box. I told her before we went live, her boxes are beautifully put together.
Thank you, guys.
So let's see. Oh, Tabitha says, I loved seeing your messy room. You make me feel like a real human. How's the cleaning going? Let's catch up on cleaning and organizing.
I like that top you're wearing tonight, Nicole. You look really pretty.
You look real pretty too. We can hide the mess in this little tiny screen.
That's why I'm always shooting with this behind me. Y'all, I had the desk cleaned off and then I FFO'd and I said this in my floss tube today. I tried to channel Nicole and her pillows, and the next thing I know, there's like 5 pieces of fabric, there's batting, there's the rulers, and everything exploded again. I don't understand what I do wrong.
You didn't. You were having creative. You're being creative, and that just is what happens.
It's a losing battle. It is a losing battle. I was gobsmacked at the 3 pieces that I found at the bottom of the pile that were like this close to being finished and got buried. But it was fun to at least have a little bit of space this weekend to FFO again.
Oh,
So
that's awesome. You did really well. So I want to mention this. Alicia has a new floss tube that went up today. So go check it out. She shared a lot of stuff. She has a lot of updates, a lot of FFOs, and lots of stitchy progress.
look, girl, your pillows are like next level. And my head doesn't work in that kind of creative way. I'm like, slap a piece of fabric on the back and call it a day. So I'm trying to be more purposeful because we do take the time to stitch a
Yeah,
beautiful piece.
yeah.
Um, so I'm trying.
Well, your finishes are beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let's see. I need to scroll back here. Jana says that she loves that you do prayers and praise.
Thank you.
I do
Thank you
too.
very much. Thank you very much.
Oh, Miss Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, says she's excited for the sampler box.
I probably owed it to Jessica that I got into sampler. She was very encouraging, because I loved watching her when she kind of made the leap and she was like, you can do it. I know you could stitch on linen. And so it was a lot of encouragement from Jessica as well. And maybe a little bit of shopping enabling
Yeah, that's awesome.
from Jess. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, That piece you were working on at Beach Please that was 1/1, have you finished it? Don't laugh. It was beautiful. That's why I'm asking.
No, Nottingham was one of my 24 and 2024s. It was one of the Februaries. And it's actually the only one so far in 2024 I haven't finished. It will now go into my sampler Sunday rotation. I've done the first page. Um, but for all of you who told me, are you sure you want to do 1/1 on 25? And I was like, I can do it. I can, but it is slow going. It is slow go. I mean, it will be beautiful when it's done. And Kathy Barrick is an amazing designer, but it's definitely a lot slower paced. But I do want to finish it this year.
Well, it's beautiful. I can't wait for you guys. I can't wait for her to finish it and show it to you guys fully
Thank you.
finished. It's so fun. It's inspired me. I want to find something to stitch 1/1, but I'm a little scared.
I mean, I wouldn't go smaller than 25, but
Uh-uh.
25 is doable.
Yeah.
It is doable. And mine
Um,
was an even weave or a Lugana. So that's also,
yeah. I thought I remembered you saying that.
yeah,
Kathleen says, I love that you are so honest and welcoming. Is there room in your box subscription?
yes, yes, definitely. Love to have you as part of the Flamingo family.
Let's see. Nalia said, I think if I'm saying your name wrong again, I always feel so bad. She loves the prayers and praise as well.
Thank you.
Oh, Danielle says her brain doesn't work that way either. Oh, Nicole Slays Pillows. Thank you, Danielle. Let's see. Oh, April says we need finishing fairies that finish and clean up afterwards. Yes. April, when you find that, could you let us know?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my goodness. Jana says, any chance you will ever come to Stitch Away in Ohio? I'd love to meet you someday.
Stitch Away is the January retreat. Is that right?
Jen or Jana, you're going to have to let us know. Are you going to StitchCon?
Yes, weekend A with my besties. I think Stitch Away might be the one that's in January. I was supposed to go this year, and then I got the flu at Disney World. Not the best place on earth, the
Not
happiest
the
place.
happiest place.
No, I did see that it was opening back up, but I did promise my husband that at some point I would slow down on the retreats. You know.
Yes. So that's a maybe, Jana. It's a what Vince, you know, we have to balance out, not making Vince think he's single.
Yeah, which he does a lot of the time. Yes. And he's a trooper. That's definitely one that I would like to go to.
Me too. And Jana, it's been too long since I've seen you, so that would be fun. Maybe we should talk, Alicia.
Yes.
Let's see. Marcy wants to know, do you finish your samplers yourself or do you send them out?
So far, I have sent them all out. I found a great framer in town, and we have been working really, really well together, and she's fast. Um,
She does beautiful work. The stuff you shared today is beautiful.
and this last time, I was out of town. One of the frames I had picked out was discontinued, and I was like, you know me, pick something. And she knocked it out of like, just knowing what I have done and kind of what my aesthetic is. And she picked it. And when I walked, she was like, do you want me to send you pictures? I was like, no, surprise me. And it was amazing. But yeah, up until now, I have not finished any on my own.
Yeah. Do you put glass in yours? I wanted to ask you that. No. Yeah, I like it.
I
I like
don't.
it. I like it without the glass.
And I do have a long haired Chihuahua and I have a golden retriever. So they shed their coat every single day. Um, and I don't dust, as y'all can see from my room. But
We can't see that. Don't tell anyone.
yeah, I don't dust. I feel like I'm helping my children strengthen their immune system.
I like it.
But my framer told me to buy a sable paintbrush on Amazon and to dust it with the sable paintbrush.
Oh, okay. That's good to
So I
know
was like,
because I like
I
it
mean, it's,
better without glass. So,
I don't like glass, but honestly, if we think about history, these girls lived in houses that didn't even have glass window panes and dirt floors and hung the stuff up, and it has survived for hundreds of years for us to buy and reproduce.
sure.
Who am I to argue with that?
You're just keeping with tradition.
You know, I'm
I
a
love it.
purist.
I love it. Let's see. Ara says that she will be at weekend A at StitchCon 2. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Oh, and Natalie, she says she will as well, and she can't wait to meet you.
Please come up and hug my neck. I'm a hugger and say hello.
She is, and she's a good hugger. And
Thank you.
Cynthia will be there as well.
Oh, yay. We're going to have fun at weekend day.
Yes, it sounds like it. That is awesome. Okay, so what are you stitching tonight? What are you currently working towards? I mean, I saw you were doing some finishing there before we went live. Are you working on that? Do you want to tell everybody about that or no?
So we got a piece last year for the pep rally. And I stitched enough where I could do the specialty stitches that Kathy taught us there, but didn't finish the piece. And that was one of the ones at the bottom of the pile. And so that was my Whip Wednesday. I worked on that. And then I have started doing the finishing.
Yay!
I mean, the board that Chantel gave us was absolutely beautiful. And there's no reason. And now that Kathy has released the spring folk art, which I
Yes.
have and want to start, I was like, there is no reason for me not to finish this. There was really not a lot left. And I know we can all relate that sometimes we get almost to the end and then something else catches our attention. And then later we're like, why didn't I just finish that?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah.
It's
So
dumb, but it is what it is.
it is what it is, you know? So that was what I was working on today, and then I want to finish the second. What is it? The blackbird feathers birds.
That you
What
showed
is
in
the
your
name?
floss tube today?
Yeah, I want to finish that one because the first one I've already sent to the framers. And my family cannot wait for me to frame more pieces and hang them around the house, and I live to make them happy,
I'm glad they're so excited.
jumping for joy.
Ethan says to me, I swear, he only comes out of the basement when I'm ripping things out. And he goes, why are you always ripping things out? I go, I promise I don't rip that much stuff out. And he goes, I don't know, Mom. It seems like that's all you do. Is it really fun? Yeah, it sure is.
2 steps forward, 3 steps back.
Having a good time.
Oh yeah, living the dream.
Living the dream. Goose says that she used to dust, but now she stitches instead.
Me too. I mean, it's a pointless thing to do because you dust and 2 days later it's back.
I know. There's no point,
Wh-
Teresa. I
What
agree.
what is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result? Stop the insanity.
No more dusting.
No
Except I
more.
looked up and the ceiling fan has like an inch of dust. Now you guys
That's
know I've outed myself.
that's why I never turn mine off. If it's whipping around, you can't see it.
You can't see it, but when it stops, you're like, no. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Kathleen says she just joined and she can't wait for her first box.
Oh, thank you, Kathleen. You're gonna love it. I promise.
Yes. Yes, you are. I may or may have not have seen a sneak peek. And
Good stuff in this one.
it's good. It's really good. Hi, Susan. Susan says hello to us.
Hey, Susan.
Oh, Mary says, Alicia, I just love you.
Mary is oh my gosh. And I get to meet her finally in person. We have talked for over a year and I get to meet her in person this summer and hug her neck. She's always been encouraging and supportive from the very beginning.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love that. Let's see. RC Stitches says no frogging tonight. Well, I haven't even started stitching, so we don't know how that's going to go. It could go good. It could go bad. Let's see. Tabitha says the other night I was determined to finish an A on my project. I got to the end of it and it was off, so I had to rip it out. They say you should never go to bed mad. All the time. I'm like, I'm ripping it out, but I'm not starting over. I like to rip it out so I can start fresh the next day. But I
have
feel your pain.
never ripped something out and stitched it again and stitched it correctly. I feel like I frog it and then make the same mistake again. So I feel like those fresh eyes of putting it down and picking it back up the next day kind of resets the brain.
Yes, I agree. I always figure if I've done that, that I need to go to bed. I'm tired. So
Yes.
let's see. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Nolia says she's been dusting the whole evening. Well, come on over when you're done. I've plenty for you. Oh, Nancy's laughing at us with all of the talk about dusting. Lisa says cleaning a house with my kids still living at home is like shoveling the snow before it stops. Yeah.
Amen, sister. My husband loves it when we entertain because he says it's the only time that the house is dusted, the floors are mopped, and the toilets are clean. I'm like, hey,
You
is
sure
what
are
it is,
lucky.
sir. Is what it is.
Sewing with Susan says hello from South Africa. It's 2:30 a.m. there. She just woke up for the live. Oh,
Hey, Susan.
that is awesome. Oh my gosh. And Monica says she just ordered her first box. She's never ordered a stitch box before.
Oh, thank
Monica.
you. Thank you guys so much. And thank you, Nichol. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm excited for everybody. She really does curate a beautiful, beautiful box. You guys are going to love it. So that is, oh, it's so exciting.
Thank you.
Okay, so you said 32 is your favorite fabric. Do you have a favorite needle, or do you not care?
Before StitchCon, I loved the Edmar needle. And then Tammy Totten gifted me the pony needle, the
Uh-huh.
26 pony needle. And yes, they're soft, but I'm a poke and pull stitcher. I'm not a sewing stitcher. So I don't get the bend that a sewing stitcher gets in it. They're not good for frogging because they are soft. But and they're very inexpensive. I mean, I think a pack of 6 is not even $3. So I love the 26 pony needle.
Nice. Let's see. Deb says, do either of you grid? If so, what pin do you use? I do not.
I have gridded in the past, but I am not a full coverage stitcher. I do mark my it goes this way. I do
Yes.
mark my centers on when I start because I am usually a center starter. And these are heat pins that I got on Amazon. They come in a pack of 3 and they come with a fill and they come right off when you iron. And
Oh,
I've never had them leave like the friction pins. Sometimes I feel like if you've left the mark on there too long, kind of leaves like a faint, almost washes the color of the fabric out. These do not. And I just used tonight, I was kitting up something on chalkboard, and one of these is a white.
oh, nice.
And yeah, it was like literally like chalk on the black fabric. And these are Amazon.
Do you have an Amazon shop?
I do. I will link those, or I'll get my daughter to link those for me. It is a Madam Sew pen.
Perfect.
Madam Sew, and like I said, they come in blue, red. The pack comes in blue, red, and white, and with a fill, an extra fill.
Perfect. Mary says, tell Vince to get a maid for you.
He would tell me to stop buying patterns, and he would, and that's just ridiculous talk.
Oh, that's hilarious. Hello, Julie. She says she just got home from getting her hair done and she's glad she's catching a little bit of us live.
Oh, thank you for joining us.
Let's see. Oh, how nice. Meredith says to Monica, you will love your Fanciful Flamingo box.
Thank you, Meredith.
Hold, please. Oops. Did we lose our connection? Hi, everyone. Something bad happened and Alicia disappeared. Oh, she's calling back in. Give me 1 second. Hello.
Hello. Caught me drinking.
I don't know what happened, but
Life.
let me make sure that we're not having echo again. All right. Perfect. Okay. We're all back. We're all good.
It's all good.
It's all good. This is real life live. Oh, yeah, we know. We froze for a minute. I think there was just a small technical glitch. We're back. Can everybody see Alicia and hear Alicia fine now? I hope. Oh my gosh. Okay, what else do you want to tell us? What else you got going on?
I leave tomorrow for Jacksonville for a Loopy Stitchers, which is the local Jacksonville stitchy group. Edith Katz, Jean Leone is in that. I've never met Carol the Saltbox Stitcher, but I think she will be there. It's about a group of 26, and they do this once a year. And they do this little group stitching retreat, and they were so thoughtful to invite me, so I get to do that.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Have the best time.
Thank you. And then I get back and I leave for the library stitchers retreat next week in Maine. Jen Naska and I are meeting at JFK, flying to Maine and renting a car together.
Oh my goodness, you girls have a good time. Don't
And then
cause too much mayhem.
no, not us. And then Chantel and I might be getting up to no good in Vegas in a few weeks.
See, and to me, that sounds like the duo that probably shouldn't be going to Vegas. You guys are going to have a great time.
The May boxes will pay for my bail.
Oh no. Does Vince know that?
Well, he's already told Chantel and I that he is not my one phone call from prison.
And I'm gonna bet Brian isn't either, so who you calling? Hands in the air, Chantal says. That's gonna be wild.
Because of cell phones, I don't even know anybody's phone number anymore. So unless they let you use your cell phone if you're arrested, I don't even know who I would call.
Oh no.
I can call the phone number that I had when I was growing up because I still remember that phone number from 40 years ago, but I have no idea what my husband's cell phone number is.
Okay, who's in Vegas? Is anyone in Vegas that Alicia and Chantal can call? Oh my goodness. Lori says she loves Vegas. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, Mary says you can call her.
Okay. I'll memorize Mary's number before I leave.
Yes. Oh, Mary, that's so sweet. She says, if you are not subscribed to Alicia's Fanciful Flamingo YouTube channel, you are missing out. Go over and join. And I second that. Go over, join her channel. It is delightful, and you will be so glad that you did.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right. Julie is attending her first retreat in October. She's going to Stitch West in October. Wonderful. And if everyone is as nice and humble as you two ladies, I'm sure I'm going to come home with a lot of new friends. You will, Julie. You're going to have a great time.
Who are the designers for Stitch West?
For the fall, it's Kathy.
Is that Kathy? Kathy. Oh, wait.
So she's going to have a great time.
Jess, Sweetwater's going to that, right?
Chantal is going. Jessica's going. Like everybody's
Yes.
going. I'm going to Florida, so I'm not going.
I'm not going. I'll
You
be
know,
in Florida too.
I'm going to the happiest place on earth. It
It's
might
the
not
most
be.
expensive. It's
It's
the
the
most
most expensive
expensive.
place on earth. Oh my goodness. Beatrice says, where in Maine is that stitching located? She lives in Maine and hasn't heard of it. It's a retreat, right?
It is. I know we're flying into Portland, and I know it's an hour north of there. Is but I don't. Augu- I would say Augusta, but I'm probably making it up.
Yeah. I
Jen Nasca probably knows more than I do. She's more on the ball. But
yeah.
it is the Library Stitchers Retreat.
Okay. Perfect. Let's see. Kathleen says you can call Ghostbusters. She says she still remembers her home phone number and she's 76.
I do.
Me too.
Honestly, because it was rotary dial. So
Uh-huh.
you really had to dedicate. And my phone number had nines and sevens in it. So you had to go tick, 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 brrr, tick, 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 brrr. So
Yes.
you knew that number. You knew that number.
Ladybug93 says, Alicia, how are you going to talk Nichol into coming to Stitch, Florida? I was going to come. I will be honest. I was going to. I have a work commitment the weekend after that, and I can't miss it, and I couldn't be gone. But I almost signed up.
I'm
I
not gonna
want to
lie, I
go.
was kind of hoping in my heart that I would turn the corner again like I did at Stitch Please
I
and or Big
know.
Please, and you would be there. I was holding on to hope.
I know. I'm
Um,
sorry. I wanted
you're
to.
sneaky like that. You're sneaky like that.
I considered it. As Chantal, I considered it. I was like, I think I'm going to sign up. And then I have to go teach in Phoenix. And so I was like, well, good thing I didn't. But I wanted to. Oh my goodness. Cheryl says, just the tattoo. Wait, just get tattoos of numbers when you first get there.
That is genius. I could Sharpie on the inside of my arm.
You really
Um,
could. I love
yes.
it.
Yes. It's a good idea.
Oh my word. Oh, Missy. She says it's in Augusta, Maine. Thank you,
I was
Missy.
right. It was Augusta.
You were right. Oh, yep. And Jen just chimed in and said she thinks Augusta. Teresa says Augusta. They're
The
all on
funny
it.
thing is, Jen and I are renting the car together, and we're the two that are iffy on where we're going once we get to Portland. That's fabulous.
Oh my word. I love it. Oh my gosh. All right, let me go through here. Oh, Ladybug93 says bummer. Yeah, I'm bummed too. Let's see. Oh, and somebody wants Jessica to go to Stitch, Florida. They are in luck.
Yes,
Jessica
she
will be
is.
there.
She will. Jessica didn't have a choice.
Um, AK Nancy, where are you teaching in Phoenix? It's not been announced yet, so I can't say anything, but I will let you know on all of my social when I'm doing it. It's paper crafting. I will tell. I know you guys are all here for stitching. This is for my day job. All right, let's see. We only have about 5 minutes left, you guys. So if you have any questions for Alicia or anything that you want to know about her Fanciful Flamingo subscription box or favorite things box or anything else, drop them here in the comments so that we can get them answered before we sign off for the evening. Let's see. Oh my goodness, Julie says she's going to be fangirling with all those wonderful ladies attending in October. You will, Julie.
Definitely. Definitely.
Let's see. Let me scroll through here real quick and check and make sure I've not missed anybody's questions. So you have a lot of travel coming up, it sounds like.
Just for a little bit, I've really tried to slow it down this year, just health wise. And I don't have anything after Stitch Florida. I wasn't able to attend Stitch New England last year. That's something that maybe it's it's Boston, it's Massachusetts in October. So that's very tempting.
Oh, that is tempting. That sounds
Yeah.
fun.
And I know Pam still has, I think Missy said last night she still has some slots available. So I may do that, but I have tried to be good and slow down a little this year.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Missy, that is such a good question. I wanted to ask this too. What is your most treasured stitch so far, Alicia?
I actually have it right here.
Oh, I
And
wish. Yay.
it's a Liz Matthews. I can't remember, maybe Flower Garden.
That's
Um,
beautiful.
it was a Liz Matthews, and I've said it. My mom had a piece that she had done with dried flowers, and it sat in the living room with the plastic furniture, plastic covered furniture where nobody could sit. And when I saw Liz design this, it just reminded me of my mom, and so I stitched it in memory of her last year.
Oh, it's
And
beautiful.
this is my
Perfect.
favorite piece. Yeah. And Liz had done the cover with buttons, and so I just when I finished it, I just did it the same. Sorry, guys. This
No, you're
camera
good.
goes. So this is my favorite piece by far.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, Teresa says, what are you bringing to stitch on the plane next week?
Ooh, I think I'm gonna stitch on my prairie schoolers, my Santas, because I did the outlines for the 12 by 12 in New Year's, and so that's just fill in, and that's on 18 count. So that's a nice one to do on a plane. When I don't take lighting and stuff on the plane, so the overhead is good enough for an 18 count.
That's awesome. Crafts and Designs by Nina says, can you show some of your finished pieces? Do you have anything else that you have with you that you want to share? You don't have to.
I have I did this one last year, and this is
Oh, that's pretty.
who is this? Is this October House Fiber Arts? She has the
Jessica,
bird
do you know?
series. Yeah, Jessica is. She has the berries. She has a lot of different ones, and this actually is a mirror that I found at Goodwill
Oh my
for like
gosh.
$2. There's a mirror behind it, and I just took some sandpaper and kind of scuffed up the edges because it was a little too bright gold. But for $2, and y'all, I'm so sorry. You have
No,
to go
you're
backwards
fine.
on this. So that's another one that I really like.
Oh, that's beautiful. What thread did you use on that?
You were going to ask that, weren't you?
It doesn't matter.
It was pink. Oh, and then
It was a pink variegated.
this was
Duh.
awesome. Luminous Fiber Arts.
Oh, it's
And this
beautiful.
one. This was a Luminous Fiber Arts, and the cover, she stitched it all in red.
Uh-huh.
And my room is pink and green. And then I put it on a silver tray that I had found also at Goodwill.
Oh yeah, Jessica says it's luminous. Thanks, Jessica. She always can come through. She is
What would you
my
do with it?
go-to.
Yes. She has an encyclopedia for a brain.
She sure does.
Um, yes.
Oh,
But yeah,
Meredith knew it was too. Oh, and Jen knew it was. Well, look, we have our whole. Now we know who we can all go to when we need
yes.
answers. That is so
So,
good. Let's
so
see.
yeah, so those are a couple more of my pieces that I have, and those I finished myself and backed them myself.
Jessica wants to know the theme of the May box, but I think you said earlier those are surprises, right?
They are. Annie said this last night, so I can share this much. It is about friendship. Um, and there is a basket.
There are your hints for the May box.
Yep.
You will love it. I think you will love it. Okay, everybody, it is at an hour, so we're going to sign off for the evening. Thank you guys so much for joining myself and Alicia and for all the great questions and comments.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you very much for having me on here. It's been an amazing experience. Thank you. And thank you for your friendship.
Same to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new Flosstube stitching or quilting video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.